888-481-007.
Jose Ramirez steals home in the bottom of the 10th to put the Guardians 3-2 over the Royals. Game's not final yet, but that'll put the Guardians at exactly 500, yeah. 40 wins, 40 losses. You want to watch this?
Yeah.
Here's this.
This is awesome. It's on already. But...
Ramirez inching down the line. He's going to try to steal home. And he's out.
Perfect slide.
Ramirez says challenge the play.
That was good. Got that catcher sleeping.
Yeah, they called him out originally. They reversed the play because he was safe. He just slid right around the tag. Awesome.
Nice. He really did, didn't he?
Love Jose Ramirez.
He curved. Yeah, this guy, boy.
Got his hand right around
in the clutch.
Barely got the finger on the plate before the tag, but he did.
He's like the guy tried to get him in the pit,
in
the armpit. And you're like, yoink. So 3-2, bottom of the 10th there. In Kansas City, Guardians going for the sweep. And then they'll start at first of 3 in Chicago tomorrow afternoon against the Cubs at Wrigley. Let me play this for you. This is a couple who are staying at the Baymont Inn and Suites. I don't know who owns what hotel chain owns the Baymont Inn and Suites, but if you've ever stayed there, at least in my experience, staying in a Baymont Inn and Suites, there's not too much sweet about it. So these two go up to the front desk and they're filming. And they have a complaint with the lady, and she's just basically ignoring them. Because, listen, one of the square jobs I did before getting into showbiz, I was a front desk manager at a hotel. It wasn't a Baymont Inn, but it was a very, very busy boutique hotel. It's not there anymore. It was in downtown Chicago. It was called the Richmond Inn. And you're constantly dealing with people screaming at you about something. And so you have to have a very cool demeanor. You have to have a pretty thick skin. Because a lot of times it's going to be something beyond your control. Sometimes it's going to be something that maybe you can help them with. This woman basically has no interest in helping these two out. And they're complaining because their hotel room, one of the walls, has bloody boogers all over it. Have you seen this video?
I have not. That's hilarious. That's probably my room.
Just complained to you. It's boogers all on the wall. Blood all on the wall. We just complained to you about this. Did we not just complain to you about this? Did we not just complain to you about this?
I'm not even going to discuss with you anything.
What do you mean you're not going to?
We
are clients.
What are you talking about? We just booked the room and we're telling you that there's blood on the wall.
We've been complaining since we got here.
There's blood in the room and you're not doing anything about it.
Chill, babe, chill. We've documented this already.
Okay.
With the person that was here before you.
Okay.
So this has been documented.
Okay.
And you just acknowledged that. So you're
They're filming the manager on duty. You don't see the complainants. They're filming her behind the counter.
I've done that before where I just...
And they're staying pretty calm. I mean, huh?
I said, I've done that before where you just shut down and you're just like, okay. Like, I'm not listening. Like, it's like...
Okay, but in what capacity did you do that?
Like
when you were in customer service?
Yeah, there have been times like there's even
somebody wanted something in the smoothie that you couldn't get for him?
No, because I've never really experienced that. There wasn't really a request that I couldn't, fulfill. But I'm saying like in arguments that woman is not trying to hear them. She's not trying to.
No, but here's the thing. This is a situation. What you're talking about. If you're talking about somebody who's being unreasonable, you can shut down. You go, okay.
Yeah, that's what she's doing. She's okay.
Right,
okay.
But they're not being unreasonable. She could say, I'll get housekeeping up there to take a look at it.
Correct.
She doesn't even want to mess with it. Because here what she goes into. She goes, how do I know it's not yours? And they're like, are you serious? We just got into this room. Imagine you walk in and there's bloody boogers on the wall.
Man. No way.
You're acknowledging you just came up to our room and cleaned boogers off our wall, right?
I don't know whether or not they were boogers or not, or I don't even know if
they were boogers and blood.
Okay.
Right.
It's so rare that you'll hear adults discussing boogers. Sometimes if people are trying to be a bit more formal, they might use the word bodily fluids or mucus or what's the word Mary didn't know? Sputum. But they're going back and forth about boogers and bloody ones. Because, see, the blood is what gives you away. Bill knows this.
Mm-hmm.
The blood's what gives you away. If it's just regular boogers, right? Most hotel rooms are probably, they're always in some kind of neutral color. So maybe you've got a khaki booger that comes out. You can put it right on the wall, and no one will be the wiser.
Royals just won.
Pardon me?
Yeah.
They did?
Yeah.
Bases loaded?
Furman doubled to left. Lopez and
Wow.
Isbell scored.
Oh,
So after that awesome play,
yeah.
wiped
Okay.
out. Yeah.
Well, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
All right. Well, the Guardians stay at 39-40. Oh,
Well,
so
it'll be-
close.
Wants to be 41.
Oh, I'm sorry, 39-41. You're right. Yeah. So close. Back to the Baymont
Boogers.
Bloody Boogers.
It still could have
Is
been
that right?
Boogers.
That sounds like a great name for a minor league baseball team, by the way. The Baymont Bloody Boogers. Yeah, the Boogers are up 3-2 tonight.
Boogers are such a. It's such a childlike word. Is there a scientific?
Well, that's
word
why it
for
makes me laugh. That's what I
No,
just
it's
said,
not.
like mucus or sputum, or I mean, that sputum wouldn't be boogers, but I mean, that's what makes me laugh. Is these adults are arguing over boogers,
It's just so
mucus.
so funny to
The
say.
hotel room that I had last week had, I mean, they were like old stains, but they were like red wine stains.
Like somebody got mad and sprayed.
All
Yeah.
like all over. I think somebody. I don't know if they got mad or they just had some. I don't know.
Some wild sex or something.
I don't know. I don't know if you have
Wild wine sex?
Wine sex, but it was stained all over the wall, and it was just like, nothing I can do about it.
Right.
It's not boogers. It's just
Well, but that's a
it's funny.
situation where you have to go and tell them that you didn't do it.
right.
Like when you walk out of a bathroom and it stinks because
Yeah.
the person next to you just blew
Yeah,
it
well,
up.
I
You gotta
called
walk
down.
out
I'm like, hey, there's some wine stains. Like, yeah, we know. Sorry about it.
right.
I'm like, is there another room available? They're like, no, we're sold out. So I was like, okay, fine.
Or your blood.
But you had to come physically clean that up when it was supposed to be cleaned up before we got there, right?
Okay. But like I said, how do I know that it was there before you got here?
Because
Is
it
this
was
your
hard.
is this customer
We came
service
and
though? Really?
Matter of fact, we came and complained before
We just
you even
paid
got here.
almost $200, and you're acting
The lady
like
that was
we
here
did
before
something.
you will confirm that.
Really?
Yes,
Really?
we asked her about it.
So, are you going to do anything?
And they have to be super calm, and they can't be hurling F-bombs or because if you already have somebody that doesn't want to hear what you're saying, they're just waiting for you to go away.
Mm-hmm.
About this, or do we have to go over your head? Because it
Who
won't be
is your
hard.
manager?
These people are
Okay,
right
well, who is your
We just need
manager?
to get this situation taken care of right now because
No, I'm not taking care of
You don't exactly, and we understand that. That's why we need to know who your manager is because you're not taking care of it.
no,
You're
you
not
cleaned all the
taking
boogers
care
off the
of
wall,
it.
right?
Wow.
Just get somebody out. And again, these chain hotels, like every other place, really understaffed. You'll see in hotels now, it'll say, hey, we don't have housekeeping on the weekends anymore. So if just hang your towels, depending on what kind of place you're staying in a Baymont Inn, that's a cheap hotel chain.
I never even heard of that.
Yeah.
They don't have them around here.
It's like a Hampton
have 'em
Inn.
around
Yeah,
here.
they probably have them around here.
Baymont is not a Hampton. Hampton's
Hampton's nicer than a Baymont Inn.
for sure.
Wyndham is the company that owns Baymont.
I like a Hampton.
Hampton Inn's okay, but again, it's a low bar.
You know what you're getting with a Hampton Inn.
Baymont by
Hampton
Wyndham.
has good beds. Good beds, good pillows.
I mean, I like. I will spend money on a hotel. I will always spend money on a hotel. So if somebody was like, I can only get you into a Baymont, I'd say, no, thank you. I'll sleep in my car.
No Waymont.
No. That's right.
I'm a millionaire. I'm not staying in
I'm not a
Baymont.
millionaire, but I will spend money on accommodations.
I like
I
a
will
good
drop a
hotel,
lot
too.
of coin. You
Yeah.
get me in an Intercontinental. You get me in a W.
I was in a Renaissance. How's that? Would you stay in a
Renaissance is great.
Yeah.
Yes. Even
Even
there's
if it's got wine on the walls, you'd be all right with that? A wine stain?
I guess because you paid for it, or they put you up there.
I paid for it.
Yeah,
I like to
because
find
he-
my own hotels because a lot of times comedy
right,
situations they don't get the best. So I say, just give me more money, I'll get my own.
right, because and it kind of I've tried to bring Gwen over to my side because my wife, to her credit, comes from very, very frugal stock. But I'm like, if we're going to stay somewhere, it's got to be nice. It's got to be nice because we're going to be staying there, especially if we have our daughter with us. I will spend on a hotel. Like, we can skimp on every.
Ever spent on a hotel?
$1,000 a night.
I don't think I've ever stayed in a $1,000 a night hotel.
Well, I actually shouldn't say that. I've spent more than that when we stayed overseas.
Well, yeah.
But here,
we'll
domestically,
go domestic. Yeah.
$1,000 a night.
Obviously, we didn't pay for it.
Where was that at?
Might have been at the.
I've gone close to that in New York City because New York City's so damn expensive. It's still a very nice hotel.
Oh, wait a minute. I think Mexico I did. Because that was, granted, I didn't get a room, but they had a pull-out couch, and it was a room with a balcony and, our own kitchen. It was essentially like an apartment. So, and I know we didn't pay for Jamaica, but do we know how much those rooms would be had we paid?
I do not know. Don't know.
So everyone came with their own balcony.
I think Hotel X in Toronto I've spent the most money on. So North America. But yeah, I mean, and that's rare. But again, if I were like, I don't.
You want to hear some crazy
I don't want to
money.
stay in a place that is, I get people are like, I just need a place to lay my head. I don't want to spend a lot of money. I completely understand that. But I don't want to, I'm not going to spend $110 on a hotel room. Like, I'll spend money. So I won't be worrying about all those kinds of things.
You and Sue are probably in the same camp because Sue in the chat said that she just gave her grandson $5,000 for graduating from high school.
This isn't Drunk Sue.
This is Drunk Sue.
What?
Right?
Drunk Sue has $5,000 extra dollars?
I guess.
Well done. Maybe that's how big of a deal high school graduation is in their family.
Maybe.
Wow, well done.
Nice. That's very generous, Sue.
And I wonder what he's going to do with it. I wonder if he's going to college, if it's for something specific.
Why?
That's my question.
Why?
Anyway, back to the Baymont book. You want more of the Baymont boogers?
Yeah, more Baymont boogers.
Yeah,
Who is your manager?
I did that.
What about the ants? What about the insects?
Because you're clearly not a manager because you don't even have customer
There were no ants
service.
for me to clean up.
What about the
Because
insects?
we killed them all. We
Came
killed
up there
them
with
all.
Lysol, not Raid.
Because the raid it came
For
in
ants.
was empty.
It's empty because you guys been cleaning ants all the
You guys used Lysol, not Raid. She goes, because the Raid can was empty.
No, wait,
You guys can go.
No, we're not going to go because we paid our money. Can we get a refund and then we'll go? Can we get our
Yeah, you're gonna have
$200 back?
to up that to $160.
Exactly. And
By the way, if you put it on your credit card, you just call your credit card company and you go, hey,
Hey, I
I
don't
want
wanna
to
pay
dispute
this, yeah.
this because this place sucks.
then we can go, thankfully.
We'll gladly leave. Gladly leave.
Seriously. Give us our money back. We'll go.
And somebody behind the counter like that, you've got them cornered, so they have to pretend like they're doing something else. Like this whole time, she's like pretending she's doing something on the computer, just because she can't walk back behind that wall. A lot of times, there's only one person on duty, right? Sometimes you'll see a couple of people, but at a place, and I don't even know where this is. It's just at this hotel.
This
The
crazy. What's
Baymont
your name?
Booger Inn.
What's your name?
Can you read?
Excuse?
Can you read? Man, she's, yeah. What's your name? Can you read?
Not the best
Don?
customer.
Don, what's your last name, Don?
I don't get
I'm just
my last
saying.
name.
Is it us?
He's like, what's your last name, brah?
Don at Baymont Inn and Suites, okay?
Yeah, Baymont Inn and Suites. Man. And you know they want to go, is it because we're black? Is that what they want to say that, but they're not saying that? Just the way this woman's looking at him. She's like, get out of my face. They're like, we're killing ants. There's boogers on the wall.
Probably like that for everybody.
What's that?
I said she might be like that for everybody.
You might be right. I have no idea. But the two of those people who
Can't
are
you
clearly
read?
getting, you're right. They're getting nowhere with her.
Right.
You couldn't blame them. And again, I don't know where this was. I don't know what city, what state. But
She said, we paid $200 and there's bloody boogers on the wall.
Yeah.
Like, you got to step your weight up. What she said? She's like, well, you know where you're staying. I don't know what you thought.
Alan, it's called mucal coagulation. There you go.
There you go.
Whip
That's
that one out next time, because then it sounds like you really know what you're talking about. If you go downstairs and go, hey, I just checked in a few minutes ago, and there's some mucal coagulation on the wall, and there's some dried nasal mucus in my room. And they go, what? Like the kid who broke my shell at the detailing place. Whoa, I must have thrown it away. Did you? Yeah. Just throw stuff away in people's cars? I guess. Cool. Nice. Hey, we got bloody boogers on the wall. Can you send somebody from housekeeping up? Well, because in that thing, they're like, we talked to the person who was here before you. So they're coming to her next. But there's no mention of housekeeping and that's usually, at the very least, you'd think they'd pass the buck.
Right.
Like the person at the front desk would go, hey, let me get housekeeping on it. And then if it's not taken care of, you go, well, I call them. But, I mean, I remember we stayed at a hotel. It was when we took Nora to Chicago last summer. So it was the summertime. It was July or August. It was really hot. And the air wasn't kicking on, or the air would stop. So I called the front desk. And it was a big hotel. And I called the front desk. They go, we'll send a guy right up. Because I couldn't get the thermostat down past a certain point. Because hotels do that now a lot. They don't want people cranking the air. So they set a floor. They don't let you drop the temperature past a certain point in the summertime. So the kid comes up and he gets into the wall unit or whatever. He goes, because of the room we're in, he goes, I'll give you the VIP air. And I thought he was joking. And he goes, no. He goes, obviously you can't say anything, but he goes, because of the room you're in, I'll set it so you can drop the temperature however low you want it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, really? He goes, yeah, I just flip a little thing here. Now, he could have been screwing with me, but when he left, I was able to drop the temperature way below where it was before. Before that, I couldn't even get it below that.
Do you want some of the Sue explanation with the $5,000?
I do.
So when her daughter passed away, she left money to Sue, and Sue set up trust funds for her daughter's kids.
She's paying it forward.
So, yeah, that's really, really kind of Sue. And
that's great.
Got to give Sue the
Very
shout out for
sweet.
that.
Thank you, Sue.
It's a tough situation, but I think there's a lot of people that would have just kept the money, and Sue's setting up the kids, and I think that's really great.
Fantastic. Well, she's doing what her daughter wanted her to do.
Well, I don't think, no, the money was just for Sue.
Oh, it was?
And Sue's passing it on to the kids.
Oh, so good for her, man.
Good, yeah. Set up trust funds for all
Well,
of them.
Sue's
so
not
nice.
greedy. As long as she's got some Four Loko money, she'll be all right.
Right.
I've got to take a break here. I will have Cedar Point tickets for you. They're doing Light Up the Point. If you can get there on the 4th of July, they're at Cedar Point Shores. Going to be shooting the fireworks there. Right there at dusk. cedarpoint.com for the details on it. I'll have another $1,000 for you at next keyword 5:30 from the Buzzard Bookie.
Just added to our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival.